Another thing here on my opinion of just keep showing up is this concept, the Dunning-Kruger effect. And this is not necessarily an answer to this, um, but you see it a lot in the world of martial arts, where maybe the person running the studio or the dojo or whatever is pretty competent in their martial art or their whatever they're doing, or or and or they're not very good at the business aspect of it. Maybe they're really good at the business aspect of it, but they're kind of a beginner in the world of instruction and teaching. I will say that I've been training martial arts for a very long time, over a decade, and I did it as a youngster as well. And also, I've been running my own gym, working in a gym, running my own gym, and now teaching my own students for, yeah, man, 5 years at least. And so, I don't know everything. There's still a long way to go. I would say I'm still new at it. But the Dunning-Kruger effect is interesting if you look at yourself and you want to have some uh, self-awareness here. And it's, described by this curve here, right? The confidence curve versus competence. So uh, early on, competence can also maybe be time, but early on, you think you know a lot. If you're at the peak of Mount Stupid, um, where you can say really dumb things or do really dumb things with your students or whatever. And then after a while, and I feel like I've kind of gone through this, but after a while, you hit this valley of despair, right, where you're like, "What am I doing? This has got to get better, or whatever." And I feel like I'm personally kind of right out of the valley of despair and coming up a little bit in my own personal journey, but then you kind of have these epiphanies, and you start to really understand human nature and training and stuff like that, and the difference between working out and training. You get to this level of sustainability, both for you and your students. And that's people have been doing this for a long time, right? So it's this hypothetical cognitive bias uh, wave, and think about yourself, think about where you are in your journey. I think a lot of times, if we want to take the black belt analogy and whatever martial arts you want to apply, that black belt is kind of the valley of despair, kind of on that upward slope to enlightenment, right? When you get that thing, you've been working a long time, you've earned something big, or you should have. And you get those early belts, or early on in the process, you think you know a lot, and when you actually get to that point where you've been training a long time, you realize that there's really a lot I don't know, and you realize how important the basics are, right? So that's right there, that almost being enlightened, in my humble opinion. Let's see.